It's Ethan from Zimmer Labs. I'm going to do a quick video today on this Kylo Ren version 3 helmet that I just finished up. This is it's going to be similar to the others I've done, but this is the version 3 and extremely happy with how it came out. What I wanted to do with this one was to keep all of the functions that I've done in my previous Kylo helmets, but to incorporate them all inside the helmet. So there is no external amplified speaker that you would wear on your belt or under your shirt that that the voice comes out of. Everything's built in. So let's run through it real quick, and then I will do a little test for you so you guys can see how it works. As you can see, it's a one-piece helmet now. We started with a Black Series helmet, modified it so that the three main pieces of the helmet are now a solid helmet. You do that with epoxy, a lot of sanding, some fiberglass putty, and then I did 4 or 5 coats of ballistic rubber to seal the whole outside of it, to give it more weight, to make it more substantial and just give it a better feel. Plus it's a good semi-gloss, semi-matte, kind of right down the middle finish with a nice black color, but it does look a little bit worn, which is kind of what you're looking for with this helmet. The next thing to do with the Black Series helmet is to get rid of the glass eyepiece, because that's just not screen accurate at all, and ideally you want some mesh. So what I use here is really heavy-duty, thick-grade fiberglass screening, and that's just applied to the inside section here with some clear epoxy. And while doing that, it's also a good idea to trim out the corners. There's a black plastic insert here that, when you get this helmet straight out of the box, actually goes around and comes out more than 1/4 of an inch right here on both sides and down around the bottom. And while that doesn't sound like a big deal, when you're wearing this helmet, your peripheral vision is not great to begin with. But with that section blocking here and here, you're really talking tunnel vision. So what I do is I just cut that out and trim that back on the sides here. You can't tell to look at it, but now when you're wearing the helmet, you have significantly more peripheral vision on the sides, and just your whole field of vision is much more open. Which is nice, because if you're at a con or something like that, you're wearing this helmet around, you want it to be comfortable and not annoying. You don't want to be wearing it and hating it the whole time. So that's important. The next thing, as far as modifying it for comfort, is the suspension here. This is Jackson Safety hard hat suspension that I mounted into here, and it's great because it's size adjustable by this ratchet right here. As you can see, all you do is twist it up and it shrinks down, so even like a 5-year-old kid could wear this helmet if they wanted to, and it fits just fine. But in addition, it's comfortable. It's got this adjusted neck or head attachment rest here, and then a padded forehead rest, which is great. And then I put some extra closed cell foam up top just to give it a little top protection in case somebody smacks you on the top of the head. You don't want to have this thing slam down and actually hurt, but it's probably not going to anyways. But so that's, as far as comfort goes, you can wear this helmet for hours and hours, and it's not going to be obnoxious or uncomfortable really at all, any more than any helmet would be. The next thing I did was to strip out all the Hasbro electronics, because they're rubbish, and replace them with my own. To begin with, as you can see sitting down here, that's your power plant. That is a 2170 Samsung 5000 milliamp hour battery, and that guy is running everything. Recharge port is here, and your main power switch is here, and that controls all the electronics. Microphone is right here. It is directional microphone aimed right at your mouth, and the point of doing that is so you can pick up your speech really easily, and B, because if it's aimed at all north, it's going to be aiming at this massive speaker right here, and then you're going to get nothing but distortion, reverb, and a horrifying sound. So that's something that's critical if you guys are going to try this at home and build your own. Make sure your microphone and your speaker are as far apart as they can be and not aiming at each other, because you'll get some seriously horrible noise. The speaker here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is not the stock speaker that came with this helmet. This is a massive upgrade. This is a 25 watt 8 ohm Dayton audio 2.5 inch driver, and it sounds awesome. Like, this is a serious speaker, no joke, no messing around. You could put a couple of these in your, in your living room or your kitchen, hook them up to an amplifier, and you'd have really nice home audio. It's that nice. It's that level of speaker. So I mounted that right up in there, and there's just enough room. I mean, as you can tell, it's going right up to the headrest here. So there isn't any extra room, but there's just enough room to mount it in there where it'll sound good, but not crush your head. So that's good. Next on this side, you see two knobs here. This is the amplifier. This is just a small digital amplifier running 10 watts. And what I did was I sent the audio in. It's only one channel because it's only one speaker. So I sent the audio into one channel, and then the output, the amplified signal, I sent back into the second channel of the amplifier and re-amplified it and sent that out to the speaker. So this is in effect pushing about 20 watts because it's amplifying whatever the signal is twice. And that also gives you the ability to adjust both lines to really fine-tune the volume. Right now I have it set on just about 50 or 55% volume. Any more I think is unnecessary, but you can tweak the volume here. Or you can tweak the volume here, and this is the brains of the outfit. This is the microcomputer that does the voice modifying. You can see some little tiny buttons right here. This button is the selector for the voice modulation. You can have it set for normal, or echo, or Kylo, or a baby voice I think there is. And then there are two other buttons here which are your volume up, volume down. So you have this way of adjusting the volume too. There are some other buttons that I didn't do cutouts for because they do other functions like crowd noise, push button applause, some random sound effects. Who knows why they're incorporated in this little computer setup, but this is just some nice little made in China electronics that came preloaded with a really good voice modulator, but some other stuff too. It was totally unnecessary, so I just see ya. The other cool thing about this is that you have a main kill switch here in case you want to. You can shut this guy off separately from the amp, but you don't have to use this because that's your main kill switch here. It's also got a USB port here, which you could use to charge the main battery if you wanted to. This is intended to be the main charger because it is more substantial, rated for higher currents, so it's going to charge faster through here. But if you're in a pinch and all you have is a USB cable and like a battery block or something, you can charge this helmet right here through this guy, and you could even power it using a backup battery, something like that, like a cell phone backup battery. You could plug into here and run the whole helmet off of it. So you have a lot of options with this guy. And that's just about it, I think. You guys can get a good look at it here. Now, really what's left to do is turn it on, test it out, show you guys how it sounds. Let's turn it on. A little blue light right here, denoting that you've got power. Hello. Yep, she's live. So, next part of this video will be a quick demo, and we'll get right to it. You know what I've come for. The Master Skywalker. We know you found it, and now you're going to give it to the First Order. Second. The old man gave it to you. You know I can take whatever I want. I know you've seen the map. It's in there. And now you give it to me. Don't be afraid. I feel it too. Do you still want to kill me? Tell me about the droid. It's carrying a section of a navigational chart, and we have the rest. Recovered from the archives of the Empire, but we need the last piece. And somehow you convinced the droid to show it to you. You, the scavenger. Kill them all. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a number of videos tonight, tomorrow, the next day, but I've been working and doing a lot of building without doing a lot of videos, so I have a lot left to do and a lot kind of in the queue list, so stay tuned, and thanks as always.